If your TV sounds funny in the evening, you're watching live from Studio 6B on Real America's Voice.
Delgado's so jealous to hear the opening music and opening voiceovers. Live from Studio 6B on a Thursday night, July 24th. How was your opening last night?
Where? Here?
Yeah. Non-existent.
Non-existent. I thought it was the Fetterman edition of the show. It was hello and good night, because it was the ending music that Harry started us off with.
Harry on the highway, spinning the tunes last night.
Moly.
Delgado just showed me the video since I didn't see it.
Harry was a DJ. I mean, Harry was a DJ early in his career. You'd think
Helen
he would
Keller
have it.
School of Dance.
Which explains probably why he's not a DJ today.
Yeah.
Because he kind of stinks at it.
He was having trouble with the concept of two decks to play from.
And
wouldn't that be like DJ 101?
I would think so. That
Aaron,
goes
wouldn't
back
that
to
be
records.
like DJ 101? Yeah, two
Pretty
decks.
much.
That's kind of the idea, right?
And not only that, he couldn't see the board. So we watched the video, and you see on videos like, oh, he's stunned because nothing's working correctly. So he reaches over, and what does he do? He puts on his glasses. Ah, there you go, Harry. Now you can actually see that you're screwing everything up. Awesome.
Yes. 2 words, Mr. Magoo. Mr. Magoo.
Man, I love Harry.
Yeah.
Been way too long, but
Well, we got a lot of Scotch tape, holding things up over here. Velcro.
oh god. All right. Well, we're off to a better start. Fran's back on the board, so everything will be right. Aaron's here, so everything will be right. So thank God for that.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thursday, July 24th, Real America's Voice, live from Studio 6B. Glad you're in. Slick's going to be here. He's got a little issue he's dealing with. He'll be here about 8:45, which I told him to take the night off. I said, Slick, don't worry about the show. He had a little issue. Well, am I supposed to say?
I don't know.
All right, I'll let him tell you. So he'll be here at 8:45.
What did it have to do with?
I can't tell you.
Well, just
Top
give us a
secret.
hint.
No.
Would it have to do with clothing?
No. Rick Delgado's here. He hosted the show last night. I was off.
Oh.
Mr. Delgado, how are you?
I am good.
How was the show last night? What did you talk about?
The show was great. We had a lot of fun. We talked. We did some Tulsi, because Tulsi was front and center.
Yeah.
Basically reiterating what President Trump said the day before.
Yeah.
Naming names and basically saying, "Here's the evidence. We have it all."
Yeah.
Basically backing up President Trump.
Yep.
Hey, it was so we had a lot of fun with that, and I think my favorite clip was, and I think Tulsi's favorite quote was when she talked about Hillary Clinton being highly medicated and on heavy-duty tranquilizers.
Yeah.
I think that was her shot, because she even paused. She even stopped after she said that.
I like that.
I think just to absorb the moment.
Well, remember her in New York City getting into the limo looking like a who knows what was
like
going on.
a rag doll.
No, I mean I don't know if anyone was totally surprised by any of that. But
That shot with the balloons is the one that confirmed for me she was on medication.
she was just badass crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was I think that was my favorite clip. We actually played it twice. Because remember, it was Hillary Clinton who went after Tulsi Gabbard, claiming that she was a Russian asset.
That's right.
Because Tulsi, just didn't fall in line with all the talking points that Hillary was pushing.
She was the anointed one. It wasn't like she was like in the background, Tulsi. She was the anointed one, the one that they said they were going to make into a superstar.
Right.
She was like Obama-like, a smart woman, served in the military, Democrat, all this stuff. So when they turned on her, it wasn't just like a minor turn. That was hardcore. And kudos to Tulsi, get a little payback, a little redemption here for her.
Vin's here. He's back on the show. Vin, how are you?
Hello. Yes, I'm doing well. I just spent a couple of days with a few of my liberal friends on a redemption tour. Okay.
That's Taylor Swift's deal?
Yeah, not pretty close.
That's not the name of her thing? No. Oh, Reputation, yeah.
Yeah,
Vin doesn't have one of those, so
thank
he's
you.
Redemption instead.
Thank you. I keep my reputation very small if I can.
Okay.
I was a little redemption tour because so many things are coming out that are proving the things we argued about a year ago with some of my liberal friends.
Are they coming around?
No, they're dug in. They are so dug in. It is so frustrating. I go back to the lies and how the media backed up all the lies to get them to a point where no matter what happens, whenever what's proven, they still will say the same thing.
Right.
Trump colluded with the Russians. Well, all right. Well, what's coming out now? Aren't you seeing this? Which they're not, by the way. They're not seeing this.
Right.
So none of them I take from this are watch or are fans of the show.
You know what? You're wrong. Okay, you're wrong. If you remember the Howard Stern show where they would do an analysis on all of his data and they were saying, well, why are they watching the show if they don't like it? Because they want to see what he says next. The people that know me, my friends that just absolutely furious at me for being a MAGA conservative.
Sure.
They watch the show to see what I'm going to say next.
Okay, who's their
And
favorite
you too.
on the show?
I'm constantly hearing Damon. Damon.
So your friends
who
are
they
not
like
as dumb
third
as we
best.
think.
What?
Your friends are not as dumb as we think. Then.
There's some intelligence out there.
Okay, very good.
And they're on there, by the way, I just got a message. They're on a boat right now watching the show.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are they about to throw themselves
Titanic.
off the side?
No, the guys that are watching the show now are probably more. Well, there's one of them. I think Doug, right? Doug, you're with them. One of them's still out there. He still thinks we're all nuts. He thinks all of these
I
things.
met Doug, didn't I?
You met Doug, yeah.
I
He's
love
talked
Doug.
about
Yeah,
you.
I love Doug.
Doug wants to come on. He wants to debate you.
It's not. He would probably win because who's he debating? An idiot.
He's very smart. Very smart. Almost too smart. And he reads books. That's the one thing he gets me. What's the last book you read? I don't know.
Well, who cares? You still
Peter
believe
Rabbit
you still believe in Democrats who don't lie.
That's
Come
right.
on, stop.
That's right.
Stop, Doug.
No, I like Doug.
Doug, knock it off, Doug.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug, here's a question. Why is it so important for you, for us to believe what you believe?
You leave Doug alone. How about that?
That's what I tell him. What you
Right?
kind of what you said.
Yeah. Why is that so important?
I pose the question: what if? Just what if you're wrong? What if you're wrong? I'm not wrong. That's the answer I get. I'm not wrong. And our other friend didn't even come. This is a reunion we have once a year. I know these guys since second grade.
Right.
One of them didn't come because of Vinnie Mac over here.
Let's have Doug on. Come on.
Yeah, well, maybe Doug
We
can
can have
soften
Doug
it a
on.
little.
I'd love to have Doug on.
Doug would be great.
Yeah.
He'd love to debate.
We should
Like I
think
said,
about that.
I have trouble. I have trouble thinking that these guys are actually your friends, Vinny, because every time you talk about them, you're fighting with them.
That's the weird thing, and I think a lot of people out there could probably relate to this, and maybe you guys can too. I have a group of friends. There's seven or so of us. More than half, I'd say 4 are MAGA Trumpers, and there are others that aren't. And yet we grew up together. We're as close as you can be. We know each other since second grade. And you don't ever think that something can divide you like that, But I tell you, this whole from Obama on, it has divided us a little. Try not to let it affect us, but still had a good time.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
Slick will be here, like I said, to do sports. Delgado's going to have headlines. Vinnie Mac will have some news as well. So obviously, tough day on many levels, and they, the old saying is these things come in threes, and it really has come in threes this time. And Malcolm Jamal Warner, we talked about the other day. Then, of course, the great Ozzy Osbourne, terrible rock icon, Black Sabbath. Obviously, Ozzy himself as a solo artist, really forged rock music. And then when you talk about forging something, I don't know that there's, it's wrestling, so people think of it as, fake and staged and all this. Now it's called sports entertainment, but I don't know if there's one more iconic figure to their sport than Hulk Hogan was to wrestling. And Hulk Hogan passed away today at the very young age of 71. And it was a shock. Because obviously, he's had a tough road and all the beats and the bumps and the bruises and the surgeries and the back and the steroids and all that catches up to you. And he obviously was not a picture of health by any means. Everybody could see that. But, we saw him at the Republican convention with that speech.
It was great.
Yeah, not only great, but you think about the courage it took for someone that iconic to his sport, that well known world over, in his position. When I think of Hulk Hogan, I think of the red, white, and blue. That's what I think of. Obviously you think of the yellow and the red and yellow, and the headband, the ripping of the shirt. But you think of somebody who loved the country.
Yeah, he was
unapologetically loved the country. Always has.
Well, that was also part of his persona, right? In the mid '80s, it was Hulk Hogan taking on the Iron Sheik.
Yeah.
And he defeated the Iron Sheik. The
Yeah.
Iron Sheik, the Iranian.
Yeah.
And Hulk was there, running the flag around. And everybody makes that connection. I only came across Hulk Hogan because of Rocky III.
Yeah.
Thunder Lips. I was like, who the hell is this guy? This guy's a mountain. And then you find out, oh, well, he's actually on your TV on the weekends on this thing called wrestling. It's like, oh, I guess I should check it out. And then, you get hooked from there on in.
He was one of the biggest ever, though. You'd think of, I followed wrestling back in the Bruno Sammartino days. Mm-hmm. He was an icon. Then Andre the Giant.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He was an icon. And there are others that have been huge. I don't want to disparage any of these guys that had great careers, but Hulk fits in that top three.
One of one.
One of one, yeah, fine.
One of one.
And very sort of patriotic, like you said. I always felt like he was this American's American. He really felt that way. So to see him at the convention last year was fantastic because that came out of left field. I didn't know he was going to go on there. And what he said, I thought, was very meaningful.
Yeah, and he, admitted that he was a coward for not coming out to support Trump publicly because he's like, I got a brand. I don't want to isolate people. I don't want to isolate my fans. I got Democrats and Republicans. He said, but when they took a shot at my president, he goes, I'd had enough. Yeah,
I think a lot of us felt that way.
Here he is, cut 3.
When I look out and I see all the real Americans, I think about how Donald Trump, his family was compromised. When I look out there and I see Donald Trump, I think about how his business was compromised. But what happened last week when they took a shot at my hero and they tried to kill the next president of the United States? Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
Still get chills.
Chills, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
He
Long
said,
history with Trump. I mean, think back to the WWF. Back then it was called that with Vince McMahon Sr., then obviously passed along to Vince McMahon Jr., similar to Dana White. Not a lot of places wanted it. Not a lot of places would take it. Trump had these places in New Jersey, the casinos and the concert halls and the event halls. And long history between the McMahons, Hogan, Trump, obviously Dana later on. But and the loyalty between them all, and that's how he ends up there.
Yeah.
It's really an amazing story of friendship, dedication, loyalty to the country, loyalty to each other. Quite amazing. A little more on the Hulkster when we get back, and we'll get into the news and sports, all that. A couple other people we lost today. We'll talk about that as well.
Yep.
Chat live in the chat.
Someone said Connie Francis passed too.
Connie Francis was alive?
Number 5. Wow. What a day.
Wow.
Chuck Mangione.
Well, that's the start. He's the start of the new. He's the start of the new trifecta. Wow. Remember, the celebrities, they die in threes.
Yeah, that's what I always kind of thought. A lot of people really appreciating the Hulkster out here in the chat. Good to see a lot of comments positive about the Hulkster. Think about what you were saying just before we went to socials here. The World Wrestling. You got MMA. That's the heart and soul of this country. They were popular sports within the heart and soul, the heartland of the country. It wasn't like Los Angeles, New York City per se. It's a heartland. That's what the real Americans are. No wonder they all connected to Trump so well.
Howdy, Rumblers.
If it did, it just did.
It just did.
Did you step on the wire?
Is Harry in the building?
If Harry's even near the building, equipment goes off.
Something happened there.
Yeah, Carol says
That looks like you need to unplug the TV, Aaron. The whole thing looks screwy.
Hulkster was friends with the president for 35 years. It's amazing.
Howdy, Twixers. Howdy, YouTubers. YouTube.
Looks like it's turning on, blinking.
Marty Kin in the Rumble chat. Ordinary passengers there.
Beth Carter, by the way, is
Pfeffer.
messaging out to Rick Delgado saying, why did you cut your hair?
Who did?
Beth Carter.
Where?
Why'd you cut your hair? On Facebook. It looked good last night.
Oh.
There you go.
I'm going to have to go back and take a look at that last. We can glue some on. The Lee press on hair or something like that. We can.
I'll use your guy. Who's your guy?
I do. I cut my own hair. I do.
No, who glues yours on?
I have a whole team.
You have a whole team?
They glue
No, it's
it.
off right now, Aaron.
You're like Slick?
You got
Slick
45
has a whole
seconds,
team.
though, so don't worry about it.
Now Slick's got a team.
Now it's
Yeah,
okay.
he's got a team. He's got a $400 a month team.
I don't have a team.
I don't have a
Slick does.
Not yet, but yeah, there you go.
Anna Hensley, thanks for saying hello. Good to be back on Facebook.
I don't think I can't hear you, Vin. All right, 17 past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Thursday night. Thursday, man, week's going by fast. Rick Delgado's here. Slick will be here in a little bit to do some sports. Vinnie Mac is here. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. Of course, you and the live from Studio 6B audience in the chat. We always appreciate that. Follow us on all our socials at LFS6B. If you haven't followed us everywhere, please do. So anyways, we were talking about, obviously, the passing of Hulk Hogan. And just one personal story. I tweeted about this today. When I got into wrestling as a kid, obviously, and first time I ever went to see them live, we went to the Hartford Civic Center because the WWF was going to be there. And I don't remember the year, but Hogan obviously was at the top of his game then. And it was early on because he wasn't even using I Am a Real American as a song yet.
Mm-hmm.
He was using Survivor's Eye of the Tiger.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Which he used at Madison Square Garden when he faced Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3. If you remember the iconic shot of him walking out of the dressing room, he's slapping his arms, coming out. He was using that song back then. And my dad told the story forever after that when Eye of the Tiger hit, when the song started playing, my dad said it got so loud in the Hartford Civic Center, he seriously thought the roof was going to collapse. The building was shaking. That's how loud it was.
Yeah,
when Hogan came out.
He generated such enthusiasm.
And obviously there was no such thing as pay-per-view back then or any of these things. This was just a show for whoever had tickets in the building. It was sold out 12,000 at the Hartford Civic Center in Hartford, Connecticut.
Yep.
And when Eye of the Tiger started playing, it was so loud in that building. He said, my God, I thought the roof was going to come in. So
that's part of the show, and he really delivered.
Yeah, so sad to hear.
I had the opportunity to meet him.
Yeah, I saw your picture today. Not very clear, but
not a great picture because it was a Motorola Razr phone. That's how long ago that was, about 20 years ago when I met him. But he was out. He was out with his daughter Brooke. It was her first single that she was pushing, and he was like, you know what?
I think that was the last time they spoke too.
Really?
Oh,
they were estranged for like 2 years.
That's a sad story.
He was all in on trying to help her as much as he could to kind of get that single out, and help her out in her pursuits for her career.
Yeah, I don't think their relationship had been great in the last 2 years leading up to today, which is sad. I don't know what it was literally like now, but it has not been good. But
back then, I mean, he was huge back then. And his daughter was just as big. Like, she was just a few inches shorter. So you could tell I was the tiny one in the group.
Yeah.
Shut up, David.
We can tell who you are.
And by the way, we also want to mention Chuck Mangione, the great trumpet flugel player. Some of the iconic songs. People weren't into trumpet, you could still recognize.
Feels so good.
Chuck Mangione songs. He passed away today at, I think, 84.
He did Feel So Good, and he had the theme for the Olympics. I think when they were in Los Angeles, right?
Was it him or John Williams wrote that?
Oh, I don't know. I know he performed it, so I'm not sure if he wrote it.
I think John Williams wrote it. But yeah, so he also passed away today. Great musical
great talent.
Yep.
For an instrumental to be a top 10 hit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happened. French horn, instrumental song. Amazing. One other thing about Hulkster I want to mention is he just got baptized, I don't know, about a year ago. He kind of found God.
So he gave his life to Christ.
Yeah, gave his life to Christ. He found God. He found faith, which we're seeing so much in this country now, a great movement back to faith, thank goodness. But he did. So, he's passed, and he's probably in a great place.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, 21 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. I don't know. It must be hard to be this stupid, but this was actually posted today.
This is a segue?
On X from the account of I don't know if it's The Democrats. I'm assuming it is. The account is at The Democrats.
Okay.
And this is what they posted. I mean, whoever's in charge of this, we love it. Keep them on board, but they should absolutely be fired. Trump's America. U.S. grocery prices reached record highs in 2025. I don't know if that headline's even true. Prices are higher today than they were in July 2024. I don't think that's true. And this is the
chart.
The chart.
Using?
Let me just bring you to the dates of their chart. Notice this is 1920. Who was the president up to 2021?
Cuckoo.
Okay, 21 is where their chart here, it starts to look a little different. 22, 23, and it ends in October of 24. So this entire chart has nothing to do with the Trump era, which is over here. Biden starts literally right here. This is the chart that they posted on the Democrats' X feed.
This is consistent, though. They don't care if the information's correct. They just want to say it and get people to believe the lie, and then
entitled Trump's America.
Yeah.
Did Doug post that?
Doug's been talking about this for a couple of days. He might have posted that.
You should show him this chart. Said, look, this backs up what you say. No, it doesn't.
Except Biden was president.
Literally the chart is all Biden's 4 years.
You know what? If the Democrats were smart,
they're not.
And they're not, you're right. They'd be like, you know what? Actually, Trump did win 2020, so all this is his fault. Right? That's going to be the next thing we're going to see out of them.
That's right.
In their attempt to try and justify everything that went wrong between 2021 and 2025, they're going to say, no, because Trump was supposed to be president, and since he wasn't doing his president's job, look what happened. So they're going to try. I think that could be the next crazy flip.
The other thing I was thinking about today, I was watching. Did you guys see Clapper on with Caitlin Collins? James Clapper on CNN.
Was it new or was it an old clip?
No, it's brand new.
Okay.
She was asking him about all of this stuff that's out from Tulsi. And listening to the two of them, her as the host and him as the guest, it is truly amazing the way the Democrats, the Democrat Party, Levin wrote a book called The Democrat Party Hates America.
Yeah.
And people thought, oh, that's a little strong, that name, and not everyone. It is amazing the way that the Democrats look at the world. Here she is asking him about all the stuff and he is, and she is clearly offended that they even have to do this interview. Not what they tried to do.
Right.
Not the undermining of the then to be president of the United States and his administration. They're offended that they're caught.
Yeah.
It's the same thing like with illegal immigration. Like, they don't look at it like, oh, look what Biden did, lift 13 million people in here, and look at what's doing to the country. It's like, do you believe these people trying to get rid of all the more virtuous person? I mean, it is so ass backwards.
That's the elitist, arrogant left party that we have been subject to for a long time. They're like the oldest son, spoiled child thing, you know, where they don't see the real world.
Yeah.
You ever mention that word elitist to someone and then be like, that's offensive. We're not elitist. I don't understand. That's what they are.
Right.
They are elitist and they're arrogant.
And you know what it reminds me of? Because Dan Bongino used to say this all the time. He says that would be an example of Republicans' pounce, right? Is that they don't want to talk about what was actually exposed because that's bad. They want to talk about the Republican reaction to it.
Yeah.
That's what they consider the news, is that, oh my goodness, I can't believe you guys are actually talking about this. Not the fact that, oh, it looks like our guy committed treason. We don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about you noticing it. That's where they have the problem.
Yeah, that's where they have a problem. That they got caught and they have to talk about it. Even to Caitlin Collins, who's not asking any serious questions.
No.
She's not even prepared to do the interview. Unbelievable. Our live from Studio 6B on a Thursday night, Real America's Voice, 103.9 LI News Radio. Glad you're all in. More news coming up when we get back right after this.
Jet, live in the chat. What's up, Doug?
Someone likes my haircut, Rick Delgado. Someone likes my haircut.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. You're getting.
Tumbleweed Farmer says you look like a peanut now, Delgado. I don't know
Now
what
I
that
look like a
means, but
peanut? Oh, man.
You
supposedly
could
what
be
they're-
friends with Jimmy Carter and his family.
Damn, harsh. Usually I get good reviews for a haircut. Now I'm getting crapped on. I don't know.
I think your haircut looks good.
Thank you. Yeah.
What does it take you to get a haircut? About 8 seconds? No, I'm a serious question. You don't have that many to cut, so
Takes 15 minutes. Yeah.
yeah,
The
okay.
guy does. Zip, zip, zip. Clip, clip, and I'm out the door.
I do it
Damon,
myself.
the price of coffee continues to rise.
Really?
Jill Green on YouTube says, really?
I don't know. I've been getting my
Okay.
my Dunkin' Donuts the same price
My
every
K-Cups
time.
don't seem to be going up. They seem to be...
Yeah, mine's
K-Cups are
free.
barely coffee.
I'm sorry?
The K-Cups are barely coffee.
Well, what are they?
It's like the essence of coffee in a
Right.
plastic cup.
Okay.
Well, I see you keep putting them into mine and Erin's machine out there that she brought in so nicely, so why don't you stay away from it if you don't like them?
Oh, I bring my own because they're better than yours.
Oh boy, the coffee battles that go on here at Live from Studio 6B.
See, this is what you tuned in for.
We don't have the budget for real coffee on this show.
It's that.
Now we're getting to the real points.
Yeah. Now we're getting to it. As long as the door's locked, we're good.
Damon, hello. Missed you yesterday. Racing Banshee, hello. Good to be back. I am going to be taking some time away during the summer. Someone said, Damon, you should run for Congress. You're absent as much as they are. Remember, I've done this since 2015, almost every night. I haven't taken that much time in 10 years.
You have.
I am going to take some time this summer, though.
I'm impressed. You should take a day here or there.
I'm going to take like a week or two.
You need. Well, let's not get crazy here. Okay, let's all relax.
When I move my son to college, I'm gone.
Oh, okay. Well, that's legit.
That makes sense.
That's legit. We'll get Harry in here. He'll run the thing. He'll get all the stuff going.
I think we're all going to take that week off.
Don't worry, we got a backup.
Now, I just got a text that your coffee machine sucks balls. Now, that's just not
Hey.
nice.
Who said that?
Raj. Because he likes his like foo-foo little, very silver machine that does, well, yeah. Okay, so there you go. Like, 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B. Actually, forget bumping with it. We'll do it now anyways. Did you see Sydney Sweeney is doing the new jeans, what is it? Not Gap. American Eagle, I think it is.
Uh-huh.
American Eagle had been, I guess, struggling to sell clothes or whatever. The stock was way down.
Okay.
So they decided that maybe they should lose the woke commercials, trying to find somebody who checks all the boxes of wokeness, you know, black, overweight, lesbian, whatever they can find.
Blue hair.
To do their, like Victoria's Secret's done, you know, just totally ruined the whole brand.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like American Eagle said this is not working. So let's go get Sydney Sweeney, blonde, blue eye, all-American,
hottie,
vivacious looking, all-American, beautiful girl.
Thank you.
To do, well, no, Vin, you're not part of it.
Sorry.
And they cut some really cool commercials, actually. I saw a couple of them today, and they're like very short to the point. They let her speak about 3 or 4 words and then just walk around, and that's enough to sell the jeans. Well, stock was up like 350%.
They are jeans. I mean, what's there to talk about?
Stock was up 350%. And then, so that got me thinking about commercials, and then I got sent a commercial today. And I watched it, and I thought, well, who the hell needs Sydney Sweeney for jean commercials? Let's make a popcorn commercial. And our friend Real Prince Doll,
who's awesome at making commercials, decided to make a commercial. And I just ask you, would you prefer Sydney Sweeney or Big D? Here's the new, what's it called? Skinny Pop.
Skinny Pop commercial. Roll that, Aaron.
Skinny Pop, popular for a reason.
Are you looking for new popcorn? Oh, my God, it's horrible. There's no flavor because it tastes like I'm eating sawdust. No, that's horrible. Ugh. Right, let me take a bite out of this cup. Tastes about the same. Styrofoam, exactly.
Only 3 simple ingredients.
Big D's so crabby.
Skinny Pop, endlessly delicious.
A bread of cream, a little dabble do you. I could do some moving too. Wah, wah.
Oh, that is great. That is great. Wow.
I laughed so hard when I saw that. I don't know why. It just struck me as so funny. Oh, God, is that funny?
There's some reality to that. I can see you actually doing it and being like, I'm not doing it. This stuff tastes like crap.
Well, no, but that was his reaction the other night.
Well, that was it. I mean, that was my real reaction to eating
live
it.
From the
Delgado
show.
had it on the set, and
I let him try
I took
some.
a handful. I God,
did not know
sucks.
that.
It was awesome.
Wow.
Oh, God, that was so funny.
There goes that side of your career.
Real Prince Doll outdid himself on that one.
Yes.
Oh, man. Totally.
I guess what strikes me about it is it actually, I mean, it has some resemblance to me as a kid, I think, maybe a little bit.
It does.
Let me see the opening of that, Aaron, one more time.
Skinny Pop, popular for a reason.
Are you looking for new popcorn? Oh, my God, it's horrible. There's no flavor because it tastes like I'm eating sawdust. No, it's horrible. Ugh. Right, let me take a bite out of this cup. Tastes about the same. Styrofoam, exactly.
Only 3 simple ingredients.
Big D's so crabby.
Skinny Pop, endlessly delicious.
I love the way you sing it out.
Cream, a little dabble do you. I love how he combined. Wah, wah. I love how he combined different parts of the show. I had nothing to. That was. I think we gave away a free T-shirt for someone. Getting the Jimmy Buffett part right. Someone said, "Oh, look, another host who shouldn't sing." I wasn't singing for real.
And who else are they referring to?
Huh?
Who else are they referring? Another host.
That is
Me
too funny.
from that singing. I was just singing a little Jimmy Buffett there. Oh God, it was just hysterical.
Oh man, you're so much funnier as a baby.
Oh my God. All right, let's do some headline news. And here with that, brought to you by our friends at EternalLifeCoin.com, is Rick Delgado. What's going on, Delgado?
All right. Well, of course, the big news that we were talking about earlier in the show is the death of one Hulk Hogan. I was watching a little bit some of the other people on the news stations around that you might find on other networks talking to some of these other wrestlers. One of them was Kane, the Mayor Jacobs down in Tennessee, talking about his interactions and how Hulk Hogan helped him. And also another wrestler, I forget his name, talking about how many times, and he said this, he probably has the record for reaching out and donating his time. He's talking about Hulk Hogan, donating his time to kids, visiting sick kids, trying to, meet with them and get pictures and stuff. Throughout all the decades he was out there, he was constantly going to these hospitals and meeting with kids and stuff like that. So they wanted to salute him to that. Here is, and again, it transcends his influence transcended decades. I mean, here's from just a few years ago, I think, where this kid meets him for the first time, and this is a kid that's probably is 40 years late to the party, but here he is being influenced by Hulk Hogan and meeting him. Check this out. This is cut number 4. Look at this for yourself as this kid meets Hulk Hogan for the first time. Cut 4. All dressed up.
Road nose, brother. No, let me tell you something, brother. When you walk in this beat shop, I'm surprised that you still got the shirt on, Jack.
Well, let me tell you something, Hulkster. The first time I met you, I was only 3 years old, but now I'm 6 years old. So now we gotta take it to a bigger level, man. Just like when you press that no good stinky giant over your head and send them right through the cannon in front of 93,000 Hulkamaniacs. So what are they gonna do when the power of the Hulkster and the roaster and the dual 24-inch pythons run wild on you?
I just thought we had to play that because
it's just awesome because the kid, not only he gets the language, he gets the key points that Hogan always used in his promos.
Yep.
About pressing and doing the press with the stinking giant. He always used to call him the stinking giant. All 93,000. He always used to reference that in the Silver Dome. So the kid had he had the whole essence of. So it just shows you how he just hit with so many.
So many
his
people.
shtick or act or whatever you want to call it, character, was just so worldwide accepted and known and repeated. He's just one of one.
Yeah. Crazy, and fun clip, and just amazing. When I saw that, I knew we had to play it because it's just one of those things that kind of shows you the influence that this guy had, and he probably didn't realize it.
Yeah.
How many people and how he touched them. So.
I mean, how about the message, by the way, compared to what the kids now are getting with social media of say your prayers, train, say your prayers, take your vitamins, whatever it was, compared to what the kids are being exposed to now.
Yeah, exactly. Switching gears a little bit, of course, the other one of his good friends, the guy he supported last year, we played that. President Trump decided to take a little trip over to the Fed construction project. I don't know if you guys saw this.
This was almost a WWE moment, too.
Right, going on, doing a little tour of the Fed's $2.5 billion renovation. Think about it, $2.5 billion renovation. That's what they usually they get these days for.
3.1.
Now it's 3.1, yes. That's what they get these days for stadiums and stuff. But these guys are doing it on a renovation as he took his long simmering clash with the Fed chairman Jerome Powell and put it on full display. Here it is, cut number 7. President Trump doing what he likes to do best, bringing the receipts, literally. Cut number 7, check it out.
So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1,
3.2. This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
Now Powell tries to.
Are you including the market renovation?
You just added
entire capital. Yeah, you just added in a third building. Is what that is. That's a third building.
It's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's not new.
So we're going to take a look. We're going to see what's happening, and it's got a long way. Do you expect any more additional cost overruns?
Don't expect them. We're ready for them.
Yeah, don't expect them, but we're ready for them.
Oh, my goodness.
Of course, the tension between the two men was apparent during the exchange about the total cost that you just saw there. And then, of course, President Trump likes to take questions like he always does, takes questions from the reporters that are out there. And here's one of the ones, because let's face it, this is his wheelhouse. This is where he this is where he got his start. He's been a builder for basically his entire life. Here is cut number 8. Check this out as the reporter asks him about the project and how badly it's gone. Cut number 8.
As a real estate developer, what would you do with a project manager who would be over budget?
Generally speaking, what would I do? I'd fire him.
Do you think he was the president using colas to do that?
Well, I'm here just really with the chairman. He's showing us around, showing us the work. And so I don't want to get that. I don't want to be personal. I just would like to see it get finished. And in many ways, it's too bad it started.
Yeah. So,
Powell's thinking, can someone beam me up?
Get me out of here.
I mean, if you're trying various tactics to get this guy to resign, this was a pretty good one. Embarrassed the heck out of him.
He heard he was coming over. He must have thought, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
That's about as uncomfortable a scene, at least for Powell, as you could dream up. And Trump's right in his element, of course.
Yeah. I mean, and then of course he doesn't. He says he's not going to make it personal. Meanwhile, I think is the word knucklehead. Is that what he likes to call him? He calls him a knucklehead.
Yeah.
So right after that, we ended that clip. Someone has said to him something about and he says, "Well, I just want to see him lower rates," and he gave him a whack. He whacked him.
Well, that's what cut number 9 is. Check this out. Okay. Here's cut number 9. President being asked what he wants out of Chairman Powell, and here's that whack. Cut number 9.
Are there things the chairman can say to you today that would make you back off some of the earlier criticism?
Well, I'd love him to lower interest rates. Other than that, what can I tell you? The country is doing really well. I just briefed the chairman on the deal we made with Japan. Japan is putting up $550 billion in order to lower their tariffs a little bit. That way they have a little bit lower tariff. And they also opened their country to free trade, which nobody thought was even a possibility.
Yeah. So,
you know how big that is? I mean, you know how since we turned that country around, we rebuilt them after the war. They made all these products and they sent them here. They wouldn't let our stuff in. None of it. Zero.
Yeah. Well, after the tour, Trump posted on social media, it was his great honor to see the renovation site with Powell without referring to the Fed leader as too late, which he typically does. He goes, "I'll be watching and hopefully adding some expertise. Let's get it finished. And even more importantly, let's lower interest rates."
It's easy for us from the outside to watch these things. I'm sure we make more of it than it probably is. As uncomfortable, obviously, as it looks, I would assume Powell at some point today made his case on why he doesn't think rates need to go down right now, and whether the president thinks that's a good case or a bad case, or he at least understands more of where he's coming from. We'll never know things like that, but yeah, I mean, that's about as uncomfortable as you could possibly be in one situation for the Fed.
Yeah.
And probably rightly so, by the way.
And especially because Jerome Powell's not exactly the figure of manlyhood with a construction hat on. He had his Michael Dukakis moment, basically.
Yeah. Trump afterwards did say, though, "Listen, I don't want a Monday buddy quarterback. I just want to get this thing done."
Yeah.
And he knows in 8 months he's gone. That's why he's not going to fire him. Scott Besson today had a lot of things to say, too, from the outside that were almost more pointed than what Trump said. Scott, right, we're back right after this.
That is one smart guy, Scott Besson.
Oh, what are you, bro?
Yeah. Okay, I didn't say that.
Yeah, I'm good. No. Yeah, thanks. I heard you. I actually listened to the show on the radio.
Uh-oh.
It was good. That commercial was hysterical, even on the radio.
So
Dude,
funny.
you got to watch it. Can you want to play it?
No, don't play it again. He played it twice already. No.
Yeah, but we're in the chat right now.
Chat. Oh, that was funny. I was cracking up in the car. I was going down Nichols. I cracked up. Especially when he sings, "Real cream."
Skinny Pop, popular for a reason.
Are you looking for new popcorn? Oh my God, it's
that kid
horrible.
looks just like you.
There's no flavor.
He's got the same hair.
Because it tastes like I'm eating sawdust. No, that's horrible. Ugh. All right, let me take a bite out of this cup.
I want to know what your mother thinks of this.
Styrofoam, exactly.
Only 3 simple ingredients.
Big D's so crabby.
Skinny Pop, endlessly delicious.
A bread of cream, a little dabble do ya.
Oh, he outdid himself, real Prince Tom. That is.
What is that? A Peabody Award? What does that win?
Precious,
Something.
man. That is precious.
Skinny Pop should use that as their commercial.
That is precious. Oh,
that would sell more.
Oh man,
that would sell product. By the way, just the funniness of that.
Do you?
Yeah, it tastes
I like
this
where you go.
cup.
Why is Big D so crabby? That was good. You did that.
My God.
Real cream. That was great.
I was screaming, laughing by myself when I first watched.
I mean, that was really good. Well done.
Oh God.
I mean, he outdid himself there.
Too funny.
You guys see that this Curtis Lee was getting some momentum, a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
we need him to win.
When you think about it, he's got a good chance because if you're running Adams, Cuomo, and Zoltar, that splits the Democratic votes.
They dilute it very, very well.
And all of a sudden, he's
Wait, what?
He ends up winning.
I thought everybody said he's the reason that this guy Zohan's going to win solely.
No.
He has no chance. He's going to actually end up being the reason the guy wins.
No. They just did a poll. He's actually tied.
Yeah.
Really?
With the other two.
He's not the strongest Republican candidate we can come up with, but he is the candidate. And at the end of the day, they have 3 people running that are going to take the Democratic votes. I mean, it's a Ross Perot move. How does Bill Clinton get elected? Ross Perot. He split the Republican vote, and Bill Clinton wins. That's. I'm hoping that happens. I would take Curtis Lee over any of those guys anyhow. But we need that city to get cleaned up and safe. That's his thing.
Yeah.
All right, 13 to the hour, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, 103.9 LI News Radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in, whether you're watching or listening, we appreciate it. On a Thursday night, Slick's going to do some sports. Delgado's going to do some more headline news. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. Vinny Mack is here. He's going to have some thoughts as well. We were doing headline news with Delgado. We went to break. Let's do a couple more headlines now. First of all, Slick, how are you?
I'm doing good, Big D.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, sorry I'm late.
Glad to hear everything's going to hopefully be okay.
Yes, thank you.
All right, very good. Rick Delgado, let's do some more headlines brought to you by our friends at EternalLifeCoin.com. What's going on?
All right. Well, I don't know if you have been paying attention, Damon. Candace Owens, a Republican firebrand, they call her, has her own show. Well, she's been going after Emmanuel Macron, the president of France's, the president of France, his wife, basically calling her a man. And it's gotten to the point where, and we were discussing this last night, that now the Macrons are going to sue Candace Owens here in the United States, in the state of Delaware.
Yes, they are.
Which I find interesting that they can try and sue an American citizen for having free speech in America, and it's a separate country. But I'll digress.
Have you read Robert Barnes, and you read some of these other lawyers who have looked at it?
No. But anyhow, regardless of that, and we pointed out the fact that Macron's already lost a case where 2 other people in France had called her.
That's why you need to read what the distinctions between the 2 cases.
And it got thrown out. Regardless, Candace is not backing down. As a matter of fact, she's doubling down on a criticism of the Macrons, and especially Macron's wife. Here she is, cut number 10. You tell me if you think she's going to back down. Here's Candace Owens, cut 10. Check it out.
You were born a man and you will die a man. That's the point I'm making. So give us a sample. I'll send my doctors to take your blood. We'll figure it out real quick, however you want to go about this. Hey, how about just giving us some pictures again of you growing up, raising your children? That would be fine. For whatever reason, to phone, by the way, like I said, we'll get to the bottom of it, right? That is what Discovery is for. I'm going to ask a lot of questions. You're probably hoping, this will go away and at least we'll say we sued her. We'll say we went after her. She'll probably file for this to get dismissed. I'd like to make it to Discovery. I think that we owe that to the world. Anyways, you guys, we are revolting against this. We're revolting against the perverts that run the world. And I want to be very clear here. I count you among them. I think you're sick. I think you're disgusting. And I am fully prepared to take on this battle on behalf of the entire world. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. On behalf of the entire world, I will see you in court.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can figure out if she's definitely going
one
for
word
it.
of that, and I think she's putting up a strong front because I think she thinks that she's maybe in some trouble. And according to Robert Barnes and some other attorneys who have looked at it and drawn the distinction between why Delaware and the two cases that you referenced, she just might be. And I'll tell you this: I listened to today. What's his name? Steven Crowder, who says he has it on pretty good authority that the Macrons have already submitted in the lawsuit some of the distinctive doctor's reports, pictures, things that they would need. So again, I don't know enough about this to know whether this thing ever makes it to a courtroom or things go through, but I would suspect, reading what I've read, listening to her, I would not want to be in her shoes right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, we talked about it last night. We referenced the other court case that was in France that got thrown out. So, or I should say, was overturned by another court and another judge. So we'll see what happens with that. Do you want me to keep going? You want one more?
Yeah, you can give me one more.
All right. Well, I don't know if you saw this, but it's called Strike Force, and that's what the government is going to be using as they line up to take a look at some of the things that went on during the Obama administration. John Solomon reported on it. Here it is, cut number 12, talking about the same thing they used to take down the mafia is what they're using now. It's called Strike Force to go after the corruption that we've seen in Washington. Cut number 12. Check this out.
We've been talking about this for a while. This is what the Justice Department does when it wants to pursue a large conspiracy case, a racketeering case, a large fraud case. The strike force was the tool of choice in taking down the mafia and other organized crime organizations like the Russian mob and the Irish mob. It is a tool that's unveiled when they have a serious and widespread complex that they think is acting as a criminal organization. So tonight, the people who have been referred by Tulsi Gabbard, Barack Obama, John Brennan, James Clapper, James Comey, they're being treated like the mob bosses of the past and the drug kingpins of the past in the way the Justice Department goes about. That doesn't mean they've committed a crime yet. They get the benefit of the doubt. But a strike force is a very serious vehicle to trying to prove that grand conspiracy case that we've been talking about.
Yeah, and according to the DOJ on Wednesday evening, they announced that formation of that strike force to investigate these potential next legal steps, which stem from the recent declassification of the records, suggesting that the Obama administration and Obama himself manufactured intelligence to form the narrative that the then candidate, Donald Trump, was colluding with Russia back in 2016 for the presidential election.
You know, Rick, I want to comment on that for a second, because there was a report today. First off, this strike force is exactly the right thing to do. It's exactly. And then I see Lindsey Graham and John Cornyn asking for a special counsel on this Russia thing. And when I saw that, I tell you, I felt like throwing up. This is politics 101.
Right.
When is a special counsel really delivered on what they're supposed to do? And they take years. This strike force is what we need. We need a SWAT team to go in, pull all this information out, and indict all of these criminals. That's what we need. Yeah. We do not need a special counsel. When I see these guys asking for this, and they're going to try and drum up support to do it, and get, the Congress and Senate, everybody behind this, I'm like, this is the last thing we need. Special counsel. There are things for special counsel.
Yeah.
This is not one of them. This is espionage. Okay? This is real criminal stuff. This is overthrow. This is Kennedy getting killed by the CIA. Okay, it's not that different, folks. Kennedy got shot and killed. It was a coup. That's why no information's come out. It's not a conspiracy theory. That's what happened.
Right. It's not a conspiracy theory. It was a conspiracy.
It was a conspiracy. No, correct.
Right.
Correct. Well said. And this is the same thing. No one died yet. Trump almost did. So that you can't bring in a special counsel. When Kennedy was killed, who became president during Watergate? Gerald Ford.
Yep.
Gerald Ford became president. He was on that committee, and they had an eyewitness who he deterred in his questioning on some bogus type of questioning to get this guy off track, and they never really got down to. He was sitting there when Oswald was there having a sandwich, this witness. My point is, they covered it up because they could, because they used a political process to do that. This strike force, this is Elliot Ness. This is going to get, real terrorist type of criminals, which is what we had in there.
Right, and like they said in the piece in the article too, and what John Solomon was saying, this is what they used on the mafia when they wanted to take down
Al Capone.
The people in the mafia. This is the type of setup that they use.
Plus, there's no conflict of interest.
Right, exactly.
At special counsels, though, you want to sit around for 3 or 4 years?
That's exactly right.
Waiting for this?
It'd be longer than that to get any answers.
That's not happening. Yep. Go get them. That's the message. And Lindsey Graham, shame on you, dude. Again, how do we get rid of this guy? This guy has to go.
By not endorsing him would be a good start.
That's a good start. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. He's got to go. That's a joke for him to come out with the seriousness of this to say a special counsel. You're an idiot.
Dud.
Thank you.
All right, it's a wrap. Hour 1, hour 2 coming back. We'll do it all. Sports, news, Vinnie Mac. Coming up right after this.
It goes through schools. Slick, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, Vin.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, same here. It's been a while, yeah. I heard your story about your reconnection with your buddies, your Reuniti event there.
Reuniti.
I heard about Doug.
Doug?
I know Doug Otto wants to have beers with him.
Everybody loves Doug now.
Yeah, Doug the D, huh?
Doug's not far. Well, Doug, come to the studio. Doug is in Ronkonkoma.
Doug.
It's about a 45-minute drive right now.
Could be Studio 6B and Doug.
And Doug.
Yeah. You had a good time?
He's like the hangover guy who goes missing.
Exactly.
You guys leave him on the roof of the hotel?
Hey, Doug and I have covered a lot of territory.
Now, is it regular Doug or Black Doug?
That's regular
remember
Doug.
in the movie they went and they saved Black Doug from
regular Doug.
Yeah,
regular
the
Doug.
Chinese guy.
Super chat in the YouTubes. Drag Blacker, $5 coming in hot. Older conservatives still don't understand that Candace Owens is not their friend. She began a lefty and became a rabid Jew hater and Israel hater. That is from Drag Blacker. Quote, unquote. It's like Joe Biden. Let's see. Les Durham, $2 coming in. James Clapper, he lawyered up. He's scared.
Yeah, they all should be really scared. There's a lot of news coming out that backs up what they're saying.
Yeah.
Steve Bannon, by the way, had the Republican opponent to Lindsey Graham on his show this morning. Good job, Steve. I mean, we need people to really help some of these candidates get through and get rid of these rhinos. I don't even know what Lindsey Graham is anymore. I just don't know what to say about him.
He's Trump endorsed.
Yeah. Well, I don't care. He's no good for the party. He's no good for the MAGA. And he's no good for Trump.
President Trump tonight endorses State Senator Joe Grutters as the next chairman of the Republican National Committee.
If I had my Grutters, I wouldn't pick him. Druthers.
Grutters is part of the Florida takeover, who tried to take immigration away from the Trump-DeSantis plan and give it to the Secretary of Agriculture. This guy's done everything he can to work against what they're trying to do in Florida. Here we go again.
And that's the kind of time when
I don't know who is. Someone has got to be giving him these endorsements, and whoever that person is has got to be fired.
Is it his chief of staff?
God, it's crazy.
Is it his chief of staff?
I doubt it.
There has to be a rhyme or reason
She's
to
a
this.
big Florida person.
Yeah, she is.
A lot of connect.
These guys from Live from Studio 6B, they're pretty hysterical. Have you seen this Slick Rick guy?
All right, thanks, Joe. Live from Studio 6B, Hour 2. Real America's Voice. Slick Rick is here, and he's going to do sports.
Finally.
Rick Delgado's going to do the news. Vinnie Mac's going to give us his thoughts here in a second. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. Of course, all of you watching on Real America's Voice, we appreciate it. And, of course, if you're listening on 103.9 LI News Radio, Suffolk County, Long Island, we appreciate that as well. 8 to 10, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights on 103.9 LI News. And, of course, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 on Real America's Voice. Make sure you follow us on all our social medias at LFS6B. And make sure you follow Real America's Voice at Real AM Voice on everything as well. Lots to get to in Hour 2. But we'll start with Vinnie Mac here in Hour 2. He's back on the show. Vinnie Mac, what's been on your mind since we last saw you?
Well, children. Children have been on my mind. And I've seen a lot of action with Kash Patel's FBI. And I say Kash Patel's FBI because it is Kash Patel's FBI that has put a stern focus on rescuing these children that have been, one, gone missing through the illegal immigration that's happened, and two, the child trafficking stuff that's rampant in our country. They've made it a point. And the thought that comes to mind and why I want to talk about this is you can tell the heart and soul of a person and of an organization when they attack a problem that's been superficially attacked in the past. And frankly, child trafficking, sex trafficking, all this stuff has been superficially attacked. Hasn't really been attacked. There's major organizations involved here. Kash Patel, every week or two, we hear about an arrest of some child porn group, of some group that's abusing kids, the dark web, all that sick stuff. So he had another arrest today, which leading to 18 convictions. But then I see a clip with the Biden administration who gave kids who came through the border without parents an 800 number to call. Did you see this information?
Yep.
An 800 number to call if anything goes wrong. You're not happy. Something's happening. Give us a call. And this person's questioned on the clip, and they didn't return any of the calls. 68,000 phone calls. So you want to talk about the heart and soul of what administrations do, what people do, what leadership does. First and foremost, protecting our children. That's what the Trump administration's about. Kash Patel said that early on when he took over the FBI. They were going to go after these folks, and he's done an amazing job. So I wanted to point that out and also give a little, kudos to Kash for getting out there, because people see that and they're like, oh boy, that's horrible. But they don't really want, it's almost too controversial a subject to really get out there in the headlines. Like, of course, they want Kash Patel to arrest all these other people with all this political stuff we see going on. But these are kids. We're all upset about the Epstein thing. These are kids. And so he's doing the job. So thank you, Kash.
By the way, just let me jump in here for a second, Vin. What do you make of she got interviewed today by the Department of Justice?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
And all I'm getting
I heard
now,
about that.
I don't know where, I'm getting emails galore and messages saying, watch out, they're going to offer her a pardon. And I'm thinking to myself, really? What makes people think that, Delgado? Any ideas?
That's a good question. I don't know what they would be thinking or what they've heard, because not much has come out since that meeting this afternoon. Nobody's really talking. I watched a little bit on other networks trying to see what they had gleaned and what their coverage was saying.
Well, Todd Blanche said that she answered all the questions.
Right.
And Todd Blanche, by the way, is superb.
But that's her attorney, correct?
Yes. No, yeah.
Todd Blanche is the government's attorney.
Oh, I'm sorry. Her attorney. You're referring to her attorney came out and said she answered all the questions.
Yeah, they both
did.
answered them. She answered them truthful. Well, according to her attorney, she was truthful. We'll have to see what that really means.
Wow, of course he's going to say that.
But yeah, I guess she was. She sat and she took questions. She answered all the questions that were asked. But nothing past that has been leaked out in terms of, what was asked and what she provided.
Yeah, I was surprised at the reaction and stuff I was getting in. We were getting in at the email and I was getting on Twitter right away saying that, oh, look out, he's going to pardon her because she knows that Trump's her last chance to get out of her sentence or reduce her sentence. I don't see either one of those happening.
I could see him commuting her sentence.
She's serving 20 years.
She's serving 20. Maybe she serves
three
just
already.
a couple more years.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, she served 3. Maybe she serves just a couple more years.
Yeah, 5
But
more.
if what she has provides, the DOJ with what they need to make arrests in the raping of these kids, maybe that's her what she's hoping for. I don't know.
I hear where
you think she has that kind of information?
Of course she does.
Well, why wouldn't you provide her with an incentive to tell everything? She's in jail. She doesn't want to be in jail, I would think. And she didn't provide any information, so she held. Her boyfriend's dead. And Trump is trying to resolve this. The DOJ is, at least, right?
Yeah.
So
when I say that, let me be clear. I mean, do you think she has? Because people just assume that she has this widespread, and then there's there's a much smaller group who think, well, maybe she just did this with him, and she has what she did with him, and it's terrible and nefarious. But people think she has this broader network of.
Right.
But maybe how do we know she has that?
What proof does she have? Hard copy, like what is she?
I would say if she had real info, they're going to make a deal. If she doesn't have real info, they're not going to make a deal.
Right.
It's going to come down to that. If she's what you just described, which was his girlfriend, who helped him do some of this stuff, but wasn't really deeply involved in all the other nonsense. If she doesn't have that, why make a deal? But if she does have it, you make the deal.
Well,
How does she back
why
it
is
up?
she in jail? They obviously have stuff.
She's done some things.
She's done stuff.
Right. Well, even what she's done just with him that they know for sure she did, isn't that enough?
Right.
Yeah, she should be doing 20 just for that.
Well, that's my point.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I understand that. But again, who's the bigger fish? Are the rapists the bigger fish to get them out of society? Are they still doing it? And their crimes are going unpunished? I mean, yeah, she let's face it, she was a facilitator. Was she involved? I don't know how deeply she was involved in the physical activities. According to some of the girls, I guess she was. But,
And she's one person.
Yeah.
If there were 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 other people that, abused kids, and she can help get 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Right. You have to ask yourself, why wouldn't she have made a deal for herself to stay out of jail from the jump?
I think because she probably thought she'd never go to jail.
That's a good question.
She lived a privileged life, Damon. Her dad was a billionaire, right? She ran in all these circles, knew all these famous people, all these wealthy people, all these powerful people. All of a sudden, she ends up in jail, probably a place she never thought she would end up.
Here's my other big question of the week. Why is it that John Radcliffe couldn't find what Tulsi let go when he was DNI for Trump's first 4 years?
I think I have a good theory on that. Because everybody that was in the government when he got there worked for Obama.
That's right.
They're not going to give him access. They're not going to make sure he finds what he's looking for. They're going to run cover. They're going to run block. They're going to do everything they can to hide things to make sure he can't find it.
I'm with Delgado on this.
I've heard that a lot of what they do when you submit a FOIA request. And sometimes what they'll do is either they'll type in, like, say you're looking for a word this is, ham. So anything that related with Hillary Clinton and ham, and you type in HAM. What they'll do is they'll type in HARN and do that search. We couldn't find anything with ham. because the R and the N are right next to each other. And so, but the computer, it may look to the naked eye like you put in ham, but to the computer, it sees RN. It doesn't see ham.
The other thing
is just an example. I don't think they had anything with Hillary and ham.
No,
she's kind of
a honey faked ham.
She's got a couple of ham hocks for legs, I'm sure, but that's not what we're talking about.
She is a ham.
She is a ham hock.
But the game's different now. The game in 16, there was all these deep staters. There were all these people.
I heard that.
What?
There was no cooperation with Trump back then either. That right now, Tulsi, everybody involved is a hardcore Trumper and also for all the things that we voted for. They're not just minor players. Tulsi is.
And you know what?
Radcliffe, everybody is.
I would even push back and say some of them aren't hardcore Trumpers, but they're hardcore. They don't like what they've seen. I don't consider Tulsi or RFK hardcore Trumpers. I think they're focused on what they've seen. Her side, the intelligence side, she wants to right that. RFK on the medical side, on the vaccine side, and all that stuff. On the health side, he wants to make that right. I'm sure he wants to, fund lots of crazy things. And
but they're all going the same direction.
Right, but they're all pulling in the same direction to fix all these things that are wrong.
Let me pose one more thing to all of you as well. CNN yesterday has this new footage they're running exclusive of Trump and Epstein standing together at some party. And I'm thinking to myself, who cares?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the point.
What is the news
That's
here?
a joke.
There's no news.
Trump's been informed that his name is in the Epstein files. Okay. We all know that they knew each other.
Yeah.
What does that prove? People jumping on, well, he knows his name's in the Epstein files. And I'm thinking, big whoop.
So is Ellen DeGeneres.
Right. What does that prove for anybody who's in the Epstein files other than they had some contact with him?
Let me tell you one thing that separates Trump from all these clowns and all that information and that photo and all the other nonsense you hear. The one thing, not one person, not one civilian, politician, law enforcement, anybody, no one did anything about Epstein. Nothing. No one ratted him out. The only guy that ever ratted this guy out is Donald Trump. Epstein hit on someone's 14-year-old daughter. He threw him the hell out of Mar-a-Lago. He banned him from the place, and he told him to flip off and don't contact me again. Not one of these clowns, Prince Andrew, Obama, Clinton, anybody do this? No. Nope. So screw the list.
Not only
from that standpoint.
He worked with the prosecutors in Florida to help make sure that they got the information they needed. And the prosecutor said, we didn't even have to subpoena him. He said, come over. I'll sit with you as long as you need.
Yeah.
I'll give you whatever you're looking for.
Yeah, there's no news in this stupid video
news.
they ran yesterday. Right. Oh, look at the two of them together. Whoopee.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard that even, Doug brought that up too. He's like, well, Trump didn't really because he's on the list. He's on all this stuff. I'm like,
Doug.
Did you fall and bang your head? I mean, what are you talking about?
Right. All the Democrat presidents have just been sitting on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
All right, Vin, anything else?
Yeah, but I don't think we got enough time to get to that. But when we get back from the break, I'll jump in. Or
we're going to do sports with Slick when we get back.
Ready.
And then we'll do some more news with Vin and more headlines with Rick Delgado. Live from Studio 6B on a Thursday night. Real America's Voice, 103.9 LI News Radio. We're back right after this.
Yeah, there's one guy on Facebook, not even going to mention his name, that is upset that I have Democratic friends. I mean, this is the world, folks. This is life. Mm-hmm. This is. We all have friends that are of different viewpoints. We can be friends with them and disagree, which is how I like to handle things.
I would say that on the list of things I've seen tonight, that's not really up there, Vin. I have people who are upset about the background color on the set. No. They're happy. That's what I'm saying. Thank God.
Oh, yeah.
You got rid of the red.
Good.
So that's what people are paying attention to. Let's see what else. We have of importance. Slick needs to get his glasses adjusted. They slide down his nose too much. That's up there.
Yeah. Okay.
So don't worry about your stuff, Finn. That's not even.
I'm just making the point. You can be MAGA, even ultra MAGA, which is what I am, and have Democratic friends. Now we might not get along. We might not agree with things. We have, like Doug didn't talk to me after January 6th. He couldn't believe I supported an insurrectionist. I'm like, you're out of your mind. But he came around. He thought about it after a while and realized, I know this guy my whole life. He's not an insurrectionist. I mean, that kind of stuff happens. It's sad. It's the Democratic disease, frankly. Trump derangement syndrome lives.
Stop trying to defend it.
Hey, Damon, I have a $1 Rumble rant from the real MAGA Mama.
Okay.
I have come to terms. Damon is a normie. He will not entertain conspiracy theories or strategy decisions. I love watching y'all. Delgado is full-blown conspiracy, and Damon, nothing. It's balanced.
Hey, we're balanced.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a compliment. You big old.
I was just thinking.
Yes.
I was thinking. I think in the end, that comment I think is a positive one.
No, definitely not. You should get angry at it.
Okay.
Can't we all just get along?
No.
Yeah, you also have a read.
We wouldn't have a show if we did
that. My computer died. I forgot to.
I have a read here.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh yeah, it's the second segment already.
Yep.
Where's the show going tonight? It's like gone already.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a lot of good stuff happening.
You guys did. I actually listened to the whole show as I was driving back from the doctor, and it was very good. I was listening to the Hulk Hogan tribute you guys did.
Sound like the blues. Let me talk to you about our friends at Pure Health Research. If you want to drop extra pounds, boost energy levels, or reduce swelling in your legs and feet, then you're going to love these 2 American-made health supplements. First, of course, is Liver Health Formula. Fat deposits in the liver can pile on the pounds and make you feel tired. Oh, that's what it is. Liver Health Formula helps reduce fat deposits with nutrients like artichoke extract and milk thistle. In a customer survey, almost 60% reported better weight management and 87% reported more energy. Of course, the second product is the Lymph System Support. The natural ingredients in Lymph System Support help gently flush extra fluid and toxins out of the body, which can help reduce swelling in the legs and feet. And right now, for a limited time, you can get 35% off both of those products over at our friends at purehealthresearch.com, along with all 45-plus health supplements that Pure Health Research has to offer. Head over right now. There you go. purehealthresearch.com. Use coupon code Studio6B at checkout. Go to purehealthresearch.com, all one word. Use coupon code Studio6B at checkout. 35% off both of those great products for your health. Feel better. Drop some pounds and get that swelling out of your legs.
Nice.
purehealthresearch.com. Coupon code Studio6B. All right, live from Studio 6B, 18 past the hour. Let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. By the way, we got to find some time to talk about Mike's big victory that he just got.
Oh, yeah.
We mentioned it last night a little.
Yeah, we talked about it last night.
I was happy to see that from Mike because he's been fighting these things, and it was good to see. So let's do some sports. MyPillow sponsors it. LFS6B is the promo code to use at checkout there for a great savings. Slick, what's going on?
Well, I listened to the show hour 1. You guys did a great job covering the unfortunate passing of the great Hulk Hogan, Big D. You hit that right on the head when you said way too young at the age of 71.
Yeah, 71.
I just, really just blew me away earlier today.
I mean, really young.
And, I like what Sports Illustrated said and what they said, because you guys were talking about, top 3 on Big D. You clearly stated one of one in that industry, in the wrestling segment.
There is no industry without him.
No,
I mean,
none.
it's like Vince said, Bruno Sammartino, Andre the Giant were coming up. Hulk Hogan made that a global brand, Vince McMahon turned into what turns into sports entertainment today. I mean, without Hulk Hogan, there is none of that. There's none of these guys we know today. There's no Stone Cold Steve Austin. There's no The Rock. There's none of these guys have careers to go on and be big movie stars out of they leave there. There's none of that without him.
He's the Michael Jordan of
Well, to your point, Vin, what Sports Illustrated said was,
how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Hey, Hulk Hogan was to wrestling as what Babe Ruth was to baseball, and I don't think you could put it any better than that. And Jordan's another great analogy as well. You can say Wayne Gretzky for hockey. I got to tell you, those are one of a kind icons, and great. And that was a great clip you played too, Rick, with the young boy there. Big D. That was fantastic. I really loved that. Big D with the Brill Cream. So here we go. 3M Open. Here we go. Round 1, play complete. Big D in Blaine, Minnesota. You catch any of that today? Adam Svensson
Guy
from
shot
Canada.
60.
11 under, baby. What a day, huh?
I thought it was maybe a mini golf tournament. I said 60, but now it's a real golf tournament.
Yeah.
Unheard of.
The windmill was really hard in that one.
Yeah.
Should have saw the milking maids. Major League Baseball. Only 5 games on the slate tonight. Cincinnati's in a no-lose situation because they're not playing, thankfully. Padres right now trail the Cardinals 8-7, middle of the 5th. Top of the 5th, Athletics 4-0 over the Astros. Earlier today, the Orioles down the Guardians 4-3. Blue Jays absolutely bombed the Tigers 11-4. And Mariners taking on the Angels 9:38 first pitch. We're going to get cut 6 ready. This is Ravens' John Harbaugh nukes reporters' snarky question about Trump's White House visit. This is the Dylan Gwynn from Breitbart. Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh wasted no time in taking a reporter to task for a nasty question about the coach's recent meeting with President Trump at the White House. Harbaugh and his brother Jim and several family members made the trip to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue earlier this month, where they had, by all accounts, a great visit with the president. The Ravens coach spoke about the meeting with reporters Wednesday after the first day of Ravens training camp at Owings Mills, Maryland. During the press conference, a reporter asked Harbaugh how he felt about meeting with Trump, considering some of the critical things the president has said about the Ravens' home city, Baltimore, in the past. Harbaugh did not hesitate and wasted no time turning the tables on the journalist. Let's roll cut 6, Aaron.
Past, Donald Trump has said, denigrating things about Baltimore, including no people who want to live there. As a prominent representative of Baltimore.
Boy, how you frame that question? I would frame the question like, you got a chance to go visit with the president, man. What was that experience like? It was amazing. It was awesome. And I promise you, I root for our president. I want our president to be successful, just like I want my quarterback to be successful, and I want my team to be successful. And it was an amazing experience. It's not often you get invited and you get a chance to do something like that as a family. We were there. My daughter was there. Jim's daughters were there. My mom and dad were there. My mom and President Trump. Just seeing how he treated her was really meaningful, and that's the 4th president. Now, Jim met 7. Jim has met 7 presidents, so he's got the lead on me. I think he pointed it out. Did you guys notice that? All right, he's got 7. I got 4. So had a chance to meet President Obama twice. Incredible experience. Had a chance to meet President Biden when he was vice president in Iraq and spent a lot of time with him in Iraq, which was amazing. And then, 24, 25 years old, Jim got invited also to the White House to meet President Reagan because he was a Heisman Trophy candidate, and we got to go as a family. So I met President Reagan, have a picture in my office of that. So those are moments that I definitely cherish, and it means a lot.
Great stuff there. And I'll tell you, I'm a big Cowboys fan, but I'm going to root for the Ravens and the Chargers after those brothers did the right thing. I like that, and I thought that was pretty cool. So
that was spot on.
Yeah, typical, trap them, try to get them on a comment like that, and that's ridiculous.
It's the president of the United States. That's the brainwashing. That's the result of all that brainwashing.
Yep.
The president of the United States. He was great. Made a good point without having to alienate anybody.
It's the media, as always, just like with your friends, Vinny. Same thing. I mean, the media just brainwashes these guys. Hi, friends. Yeah, the media does brain.
Say hello.
Anyway, Big D, that's a wrap in sports for this segment. I got a good one coming up in the last segment. I got a great CNN one there for sports. You'll see that one a little bit later.
Slick, very good. The Jets today.
Oh,
my goodness. Aaron.
Yeah. They fell into a bit of a toe jam, right? Early, if I'm not mistaken.
Aaron, did you see your coach talking about this afterwards?
Oh,
I did see afterwards. I'm with AG. I'm with Aaron Glenn. If he trusts Tyrod, if Justin's not ready, but we know Justin will be ready for week 1 because
yeah, just in time.
Shut up. Just toe dislocation. So nothing to worry about. Like I said, 7 people sent me that article this morning, so that's what I woke up to. Thank you very much.
Aaron, can I give you a little piece of advice?
No. Yeah. Yes.
Whoever, I want you to ask your parents for a loan, mortgage the house.
Okay.
Rob a bank.
Okay.
This sounds like it's going to be good
advice. Everybody you know, for as much money as you can, whoever the Jets are playing in week 1, bet them.
That's the Steelers.
You can retire.
Even against Pittsburgh. Well, that's
They're taking on Aaron Rodgers week 1.
Oh, that's wow. Must see TV.
You just cemented it even more. Former team couldn't get it done. Disaster.
And we'll win.
It's a 100-point blowout week 1 for the Steelers.
6 touchdown
Aaron Rodgers can't even run, so we'll be okay.
So who's Aaron?
His toes are fine.
Mark the tape, Fran. Tonight's Thursday, July 24th. I've given my friend Erin, who I enjoy very much here. She does a fantastic job on the show. I've given her life advice, and sounds like she's refusing to take it.
She's mocking you, actually.
Now, who's Aaron Glenn? Say they're going to play Joe Nameless?
Mom and Dad, if you're listening, I tried. All right, let's take the break and we'll do some more news. Sports all coming up live from Studio 6B. Odds Makers is about 4 weeks away. Woo, mama, let's go.
Come on.
All right, we're back right after this.
What could go wrong there? Just getting free.
At home.
You know that's a blowout.
I'm trying to help.
It means it's a blowout.
The Steelers on the road in week 1 are a 3-point favorite.
That's a joke.
That's a blowout right there.
That's fake news.
And that's after the injury, I would assume, right? After they found out about what happened today. Well, Aaron says he's going to be back on the field.
Walk up to the window and say, I'd like to bet game 455 for my life.
Okay.
Yep.
That's all you got to say.
I have my parents' deed in hand here. The cars, both cars. Here's the titles.
Yep.
I want to put it all on the Steelers with 3.
Steelers -3.
Steelers are going to win that game.
For my eyeballs, please.
No.
By the way, Cowboys open up on the road Thursday night in Philadelphia. So I'm going to.
What do you think the line in that game is?
That would be Philly, obviously laying 7.
You're exactly right.
Yep. I didn't look at that. I'm just guessing.
Laying 7.
I will be in the.
How about the week 1 upset of the year? I can tell you right now what it's going to be.
Who's Kansas City playing?
That's exactly right. They're playing the Chargers. And guess what the line is?
Where is it? SoFi?
At Chargers, yep.
Oh, no. It's in. They moved it. They moved it to Brazil, right?
Yeah, it's in Brazil, week 1.
On the road.
Even
hey,
more.
Macarena.
Chiefs are not going to win.
Chargers plus 2.5. Take it.
And run.
Outright win, Chargers.
Ball the whole way.
Kansas City starts the season 0-1.
Woof. Yeah.
You could take a parlay, Chargers and Steelers, and be rich.
Big D's already thinking about talking to the wife tonight about the house. Come on now.
Oh, God. Don't anyone do what we're saying. I'm just kidding.
No, we don't advocate for that now. Come on. This is all entertainment. In fact, everything we say is purely entertainment. Or something like that.
It's very entertaining.
People in the chat, they call this entertainment. The one guy is glasses.
Damon, who do you like between the IDF and the Gaza Commanders?
That's a crapshoot. Oh, man. That's a great picture. Look at that. Trump and Hogan back in the day. Big D, you see that picture? On Breitbart?
I saw a bunch of them. Which one?
President Trump.
Yeah.
And, that's a great photo.
Even an old one where he's holding.
First thing I thought of was you, Big D, because I'm driving. My wife in the back. She goes, "Oh, Hulk Hogan died?" I'm like, "No. How could that be?" What a week. Ozzy, Hulk Hogan, even Chuck Mangione. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan, but man, he was a classic. He had some great songs. Oh my God. I was more of a Herb Alpert guy.
Of course you.
He had 2 songs.
Yeah, but he was great. Chuck Mangione was great.
Yeah. Great songs, though.
Is that the theme to the day?
What the hell's wrong with me? 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B.
Where do we start?
On a Thursday night, 30 past the hour. What did we do last segment? We did sports. Let's do some headline news and hear what that is. He hasn't done much yet tonight. It's Rick Delgado. What's going on, Delgado?
All right. Well, the greatest headlines in the world includes headlines coming from John Solomon's Just the News, Damon, as the Justice Department is now suing New York City over their sanctuary laws.
Good.
Yeah, you heard it here. The Justice Department earlier today sued New York City, including Mayor Eric Adams, in a challenge to the city's sanctuary policy laws as the Trump administration continues to crack down on illegal immigration. The department accused New York City of allowing criminals to roam freely through the streets and commit serious crimes through its sanctuary policies without proper repercussions. The administration claims that sanctuary policies also obstruct the efforts by federal law enforcement to crack down on illegal immigration and detain serious criminals. New York City has released thousands of criminals on the streets to commit violent crimes against the law-abiding citizens due to their sanctuary policies. This is from Attorney General Pam Bondi. If New York City won't stand up for the safety of its citizens, we will. The lawsuit is the latest action by the Trump administration to punish cities that attempt to thwart federal law enforcement efforts. The Justice Department has also sued New York State, Colorado, Illinois, L.A., and several New Jersey cities as well. And you know what's interesting about this, too? It's stuff like this where you see the one officer who was shot in the face during a robbery. Yeah, he wasn't like on the job at the time, but, you know, basically you're always on the job. It's because of these kinds of things where these guys keep getting let out time after time. And it's amazing because you would think regular attorneys, you know, even the DAs would be like, yeah, we can't let this guy, what are you guys doing? We can't let this guy out. He's been arrested 20 times. You can't let these people out, but they have their edicts. They have their marching orders. They have to let these people out, and it's sickening, and it leads to, you know, potentially the death of citizens and danger to everybody involved, you know, with these people out there. It's just kind of criminal that these guys are allowed to practice quote unquote law.
They should be prosecuted for some form of negligence, because that is really what, if you had a family member hurt due to sanctuary city policy for anything, drunk driver, anything, I mean, I'd be suing the hell out of the city for not following federal law. It's a federal law. You can't just be mayor of a city and decide everyone could go through red lights. We're not going to enforce red lights. You can't do that.
Right.
I mean, it's so logical. How is it even a fight? That's what gets me.
It boggles the mind. And you know what?
Getting back to what we said before, because their view of the world is so different and ass backwards from the way we view the world. The way we view not only the law, but with the way we view separation of powers, the way we view our Constitution, the way we defend it, the way we believe that us as the people, the sovereign, hold the power, not them. They work for us. All of that, they think of the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And when it comes to things like this, they think the illegal is more virtuous than the citizen. And then they operate and legislate and govern from that point of view, from the point of view of being virtuous for the collective. That's the danger. Oh, it's for the betterment of this class, of that class.
Yeah, we're trying to rise up everyone so we're all equal.
That's why it's so dangerous.
And they spend all this money. I think maybe earlier in the week, it might have been Friday night, we talked about the fact that in Chicago, they spent all this money on illegals, and then the school system's bankrupt. And it was the same amount of money, almost.
Yeah.
It was almost $700 million.
Right. That was supposed to go to schools.
$700 billion.
But they use it for these pet projects.
And that's in every city.
Yeah. It's amazing. It goes across the board. You know what? It kind of reminded me, too, what you were saying earlier, because I watched this video earlier today about things that we look at and you don't realize how it affects people. There was a video of what do you call it, police cam, pulled a guy over. Why? Because the guy was flashing his headlights like crazy, basically alerting other drivers, hey, there's cops up here, you should, slow down, whatever.
Okay.
And the cop made a great point. He goes, I'm not gonna give you a ticket. I'm not even gonna ask for your license. He goes, but let me tell you what happens when you do stuff like that. He goes, something as simple as that. He goes, you're allowing other criminals to slip by. Guys that could be trafficking kids, could be trafficking people, could be running drugs, could be doing all these things, could be a rapist on the way, could have something in their car, could have a dead body in there. He runs through this list of stuff, and it's like, holy cow, I never thought of that. Yeah. Even I never thought of that. And I'm guilty of, occasionally you see a cop, you're like, oh, you flash the lights, hey, don't speed.
You think you're helping someone with a ticket.
You think you're helping out, but you're really actually making things worse, and you don't realize the repercussions of it. So
it's true.
It was amazing. It was amazing when he put it in that context. You're like, maybe I won't flash my lights.
But even the danger doesn't affect the left. Even the people who get killed and all those bad things that happen doesn't affect their policies.
Right.
Doesn't change their tune. Like even after it all happens, like that was too bad. What is that? Collateral damage?
Right. Exactly.
I mean, really.
It's like just tell us how many people have to die before you guys go, maybe this is not a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Give us the number.
Yeah.
So anyhow, switching gears, we were talking about the Epstein files, of course, a little bit earlier. Well, former director of national intelligence, his name, James Clapper, is blasting President Trump over his latest claims that the Obama administration committed treason and misled the public about Russia's attempted interference in the 2016 election. He says, I take seriously when the president of the United States accuses me of being a participant in a treasonous conspiracy, even though he is. Clapper said it's ridiculous. Clapper, who is Obama's intelligence chief, not very good at it, from 2011 to 2017, told CNN's Caitlin Collins. Is she the only one that works at CNN these days?
I think so. They've all been fired. Yes.
It seems like she's the only. She's the one that shows up at the White House. She shows up over here. She's the only one quoted. Yeah. Anyhow, he said in an interview with her that it's ridiculous.
She's a total lightweight, by the way.
Yeah.
Total unprepared lightweight.
It's ridiculous and it's untrue. Meanwhile, it's so untrue, he's gone and hired an attorney because, well, I think he knows he could be in quite a bit of trouble. Now, it's interesting because his name wasn't one of the ones they focused on a lot, but now it's starting to pop up. I thought maybe Clapper was working with them to kind of cover his own A.
No.
But looks like
these people don't think they did anything wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no moral code. They just don't see they did anything wrong.
No. Yeah. According to Clapper, he has attorneys in case the Justice Department attempts to pursue legal action against him. So
he's mad that he has to answer questions about it.
Yeah.
Or that he has to get a lawyer, or that that they're even being questioned. It's absurd that I have to even talk about this, he says.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have committed an act of treason there.
Wasn't treason.
They think that's just an
or
absurd
sedition.
Accusation that doesn't even require a response.
You think the people that killed John Kennedy think they committed treason?
Nope.
No, they thought they were saving the country.
Yeah. They thought they were saving the country.
Right.
So
sick.
Yeah.
So we'll see where this goes. Current Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, of course, has made those claims, and we'll see where they go after she released those trove of documents alleging the Obama-era officials misled the public about Russia's role in the 2016 election when Trump won for the first time.
So I read a bunch of stuff today in preparation for the show, but maybe the most not important, but I think the thing that I related to the most in regards to what we're talking about is Aaron McIntyre's piece today over at The Blaze entitled, If No One Goes to Jail, the Coup Was a Success. Mm-hmm. And he basically says, these revelations matter But unless someone actually goes to jail, they won't change anything. The Democrats have shown they're willing to jail political opponents. We've seen that. Up to and including the president himself. They know they tried to do that. Republicans, on the other hand, have proven utterly incapable of holding law-breaking leftists accountable at all. Exposing treasonous acts is helpful, but if no one is punished, the corruption only deepens. Think back to Lock Her Up. Lock Her Up wasn't just a chant at Trump rallies. MAGA supporters understood that the Clintons were deeply corrupt. They saw in Trump a candidate who might finally deliver justice. Elites gasped at the slogan, warning about the dangers of weaponizing the justice system. Then, with no sense of irony whatsoever, they weaponized that very system against President Trump to stop his reelection. The lesson should have been obvious. Either cross the Rubicon or don't approach it at all, but certainly don't go fishing in it. Americans are tired of watching the powerful get away with everything. And that's just a little sense of what Aaron McIntyre writes about today. And that, to the point, is the point. These scandals continue to pile up, each one like a grain of sand in the desert by the time the Republicans get done with them. And it's just like, and so here we are again. You're going to, if the talk and bluster and all of this stuff, if nobody goes to jail, what are we talking about?
That's why I don't want a special counsel. That's really where I'm coming from. This task force, they call them a strike force?
Mm-hmm.
What are they called?
Yep.
Strike force?
Strike force, yeah.
Strike force.
This strike force, I think, is the necessary tool for someone to go to jail. A special counsel is a necessary tool for nobody to go to jail. Unless, of course, you're a Democrat calling for a special counsel and all that kind of nonsense. So that the point is, and I agree with it, someone's got to go to jail.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Because or else
we're not going to be satisfied.
They'll do it again, and they'll do it again.
But we're not satisfied with, bad press.
No.
We're not satisfied with you getting, you're out of office. I'm not satisfied with that. They got to go to jail. Some of them, all of them, as many as possible.
I think that's what Lindsey Graham and John Cornyn have figured out, by the way. If we push for this, and we can delay it for 4 to 8 years, and nothing will ever happen.
Yeah, nothing will ever happen.
That's why I got so upset with Lindsey Graham. When I heard he proposed that, it said everything to me that he needed to say, which is you're not one of us.
Yeah, he's one of them.
And by the way, remember Lindsey Graham promoting all of this over and over and over throughout the years. I posted something today. Lindsey Graham repeatedly promoted Russian interference in the 2016 election, with at least 10 public statements, including a December 2016 joint condemnation with John McCain, calls for probes in 2017 through 2019. 2020, he acknowledged potential Russian meddling, but emphasized U.S. intel flaws with fewer direct promotions, around 3 to 5 instances, and still got endorsed.
Yep.
So, I mean, this guy has literally no credibility sitting up there and saying, I can't believe what's going on here. This guy was in on it. He bought it hook, line, and sinker, and then hook, line, and sinker again. Now he wants a special counsel with John Cornyn.
Yeah, goodbye.
You ever hear me talk about those two over the last 10 years too much, have you? Up there with Mitch McConnell and others? Cornyn, Graham. All right, we'll wrap it up. One more to go. We'll do sport. We'll get to everybody here. Last segment of the show coming up. We'll be back right after this.
77.
Yeah.
Remember Golden Earring? They were good.
Twilight Zone.
Yep.
I've literally never heard of it.
When a bullet hits the bone.
You know the song.
Oh, you know the song. Twilight Zone, you know that.
That was it. That was them, huh?
Yep.
I know the song, yeah.
When the bullet hits the bone.
I did not know that.
That song. Great. That was a great 83. 83. Might even been late 82, 83. That charted like around then.
How do you know that? That's incredible.
I can tell you where I got my parents' car for the first time I was playing that song to go pick up my girlfriend Mary. I'll never forget it. She lived in Oyster Bay. I lived all the way out here. This song.
Yeah.
All right, we're on YouTube.
Don't know.
No. You never heard that song?
Heard that song?
What the hell?
From the sounds of it, I don't want to hear it again.
Did you ever listen to music that guys listen to?
Not really.
No.
All right. There you go.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Oh, Glenn Campbell, man.
Oh, my
Love
God.
Glenn Campbell.
The Wichita Lineman. What was his other song that was fantastic?
Oh, Southern Nights.
No, that was great too, yes.
So many.
Lineman
for the county.
That's fantastic, yes.
By the time I get to Phoenix.
By the time I get to
That was his first big hit. I think it was, right?
One of the great musical
I loved him.
segments that's
Oh, Gentle on My Mind. That's what I was thinking.
I was just going to say, is Glenn Campbell on the show sitting there with 12 or 13 other probably of the great musicians and singers at the time, guitar players, sits there and does Gentle on My Mind, and all 13 of them have their jaw on the floor. Imagine being so good.
That song is incredible.
To be able to sit there and do Gentle on My Mind the way he did it, play the solo, and the 13 other people who are sitting there who are, at the time, the top of your genre music, all sit there and go, like they've never seen anything.
He was
like
a studio
That's
musician.
That's how good he was.
Right? He was the studio musician.
Yeah.
He wasn't Glenn Campbell.
And it's amazing how
story.
Gentle on My Mind, and then what did he die of, right? He died of Alzheimer's disease, right?
Yeah.
What a shame. Unbelievable. But he was epic.
I was always a big fan. Even the commercial stuff. You know, if I hear Southern Nights, it brings me back to, a summer when I was a teenager, I think.
All right, 13 to the hour, live from Studio 6B. Last segment of the night. We always appreciate you being a part of the show. If you're watching on Real America's Voice, listening on 103.9 LI News Radio, we appreciate it. Vinnie Mac is here. Slick's doing sports. Delgado's going to do a couple more headlines. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. Vinnie Mac, I'll start with you in this segment. What else has been on your mind? Anything else?
Yeah, definitely. There was I'll build up to it here a little bit because I don't know if you saw the latest news from Trump saying that 20 CIA and FBI agents are coming forward now, confirming that information regarding Barack Obama and John Brennan and all the stuff that we found out. And I was listening to a correspondent talk about the deception we went through in 16, 17, 18, all the stuff that is coming out now that we knew was a lie and a deception. And it's not a deception unless the media goes along with it. Really, the only media that challenged it was Fox at the time. There might have been some newer program, maybe Newsmax was just coming out and some others, but Fox was really the only opposition to that. So when the media gets behind it, the deception happens. And what happens when that deception takes on power and takes on a culture and takes on a social way of thinking? One of our guys, Brian Glenn, was talking this morning, or it might have been late yesterday, about the whole thing with Obama and all the dirty deeds that they've done. But he made a point that I want to share with everyone because I felt this during 16, 17, 18. And I wanted to kind of build up to that point that he's talking about. Can you run that clip, Aaron?
I started thinking about the millions of Trump supporters, American-loving Trump supporters, that were in fear of walking the streets with a MAGA hat. They were in fear of going to work knowing that their coworker might have hated President Trump. They were demonized in public space. They were demonized on late-night TV and during the newscast. I want justice for what has happened.
And the point he makes is so strong. I think we all felt that at some point. Like, we certainly supported Trump in 2016. Damon and I, when the show first started, man, we were talking about him becoming president in 2015 when Ann Coulter and others were being laughed off the stage. But as much as we love Trump and the MAGA movement, yeah, we were definitely self-conscious about wearing a MAGA hat or showing that support because it was, you were really ostracized. I mean, it was real. It was bad. And I think that leads to the point that Damon brought up earlier. That's why we want people in jail. We want this type of stuff done because it changed behavior socially with people. 16 to, even just literally just a year or so ago, it was that bad. You didn't want to, people were shy, didn't want to say that they supported Trump because you're afraid you'd lose your job. It was like, the COVID vaccine without having a vaccine. And I thought Brian Glenn said it well. He was talking about all this controversy and all this stuff that's coming out and 20 CIA and FBI agents coming forward now. Everybody's talking. There's proof. We're going to get them. Yeah. Do you know what the result of the media lying about this at that time did to people like us? That's what it did. And I thought it was worth talking about today. And I say kudos to Brian. I mean, that's a really great point to bring out in the context of this controversy.
Nice suit Brian's wearing. A lot good to see him in a suit.
He's looking good, and he's doing a great
Brian
job.
always looks
Put
good.
on a suit.
Especially.
He's got to come back for some New York pizza.
He should look into maybe leading another country, maybe Ukraine. They could use somebody like him. Dresses the part, talks well, not an idiot or a criminal.
Good to see him in a suit.
Yeah. He's doing well, and all of our guys are, though, on this subject. I mean, Steve Bannon's killing it. He's talking about some great stuff. Who else? Charlie Kirk. I mean, I think the world of that guy. I love what he does, but he's spot on it. We're spot on it. I mean, this network is really driving a narrative here that's true, and we want our justice.
Well, except for Harry.
Harry's got other things on his mind.
Talk about gentle on my mind. He's got something gentle on his mind.
Harry's swiping left, okay? So he's got a few other things on his mind.
Rhinestone cowboy.
He's a rhinestone cowboy.
All right, Ben, very good. Let's do a little more sports, Slickster, and then we'll do a couple more headlines and wrap it up. What else is going on in sports?
All right, Big D, one more quick sweep of the baseball scoreboard. Major leagues, here we go. Cardinals 8-7 over the Padres, middle of the 6th, bottom of the 7th. Athletics still shutting out the Astros. 5-zip there. No score just underway. Mariners and Angels, mid-first. Orioles and Guardians. I gave that score to you earlier, 4-3 today. Orioles down the Guardians, and Blue Jays over the Tigers, 11-4. Have you guys heard of this new baseball team that's like all the rage, the Savannah Bananas?
Savannah Bananas.
You familiar with them, Big D?
Fenway.
Yeah.
Oh, my
All
God.
right, yeah.
They're awesome.
I love it.
An entertainment-based team, often compared to the Harlem Globetrotters, who incorporate theatrics, stunts, and dancing into their games. We're going to get cut 11 ready there, Aaron. And Savannah Bananas performers on-air attempt at backflip goes badly. This is Dylan Gwynn of Breitbart. A Savannah Bananas, say that 10 times fast, performer tried to give CNN viewers a glimpse of what they could expect to see at a Bananas game by performing a backflip, but it did not end the way he planned. Can we roll clip 11 there? Watch this.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I think he's trying to create a new face of the nation for CNN. I mean,
what you
wow.
just saw there is a brand new twist on America's favorite pastime.
Well, that's a rough one there, but anyway, that was good stuff, though. CNN, we got to tell you. But the Savannah Bananas, try to catch them, Big D. They're a lot of fun.
They're tough to get tickets.
I've seen a bunch of their stuff.
Tough to get tickets. I tried to get tickets recently.
It's impossible to.
It's impossible. You actually have to go like before the season starts because they'll announce their schedule. And then you try and then you have to submit your request for the tickets through them because it's not like, you just go online and buy tickets.
Yeah.
It's a little more
The way they do the games, I have to be honest with you, I'd much prefer watching a Savannah Bananas baseball game than any MLB game ever.
Really?
It's so much better.
Oh,
it's so
it's
much faster. It's quicker. The umps
entertaining.
are involved. They're entertaining. They're part of the entertainment. The way they do the scoring and the innings, who wins the inning with it's great. The whole thing, the whole concept is great, which is why they're selling out MLB stadiums
everywhere
for nights in a row.
The coordination's great too, because you've got the whole infield and outfielders and the pitcher. They're doing their dances. It's great.
It's not easy. It's amazing nobody's done it other than, of course, the Globetrotters with basketball, which was incredible. You know? But I think they made a career out of that. And that's a wrap in sports. Big deal. Throw it back to you.
All right, Slick, very good. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the promo code to use at MyPillow. Let's wrap it up with a couple more of the greatest headlines ever. And that, of course, is Rick Delgado. What's going on?
All right. Well, let's see. When it comes to subpoenas, we could be seeing something very, very soon when it comes to the Clintons. Clintons look to be subpoenaed, Damon. When it comes to the Clinton files, were, I lost that story. Sorry about that.
Well, while you're finding it, John Lavoie says the Democrats took down the post with the chart on the food prices.
Did they?
Is that true?
Yes, that's what Eric in the chat said on the YouTube chat.
Taking it down.
They probably heard our show.
They're just bad news.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, I'm looking at their Twitter feed.
The Clintons were subpoenaed on the Epstein thing.
Yeah, for the Epstein thing.
Yeah, so that's where they were.
But here's a clip
Talk about
from
a bunch of vegetables.
Here's a clip from last night I was hoping to get to. I didn't get a chance for it, but we have it for tonight. It's cut 13A. I'll just title this, What's Wrong with Kamala? This is the person that they think is going to be the next governor of California. Vin, your friends might be voting for this. Check this out. This is cut 13A. Check it out.
We see things that are being taken. But also, let's see it as, nature abhors a vacuum. So where there's a vacancy, then let's fill it. Right?
Yeah.
And let's know that the reality is that the progress of our nation has always been about the expansion of rights, not the restriction of rights. Mm-hmm. We're seeing a U-turn right now. But we have to keep fighting.
Yeah.
What is she
that's
on?
when she went to go see, what's it called, on Broadway. That's like a year.
It's Spammer.
Year and a half
was it?
old, but yeah.
Everybody was sharing it yesterday. I guess it has to do with, her name being tossed about once again to be the next governor of the Golden State of California.
What was that dumb line she used to have? What has been, or what was it the thing?
Yeah,
about?
unburdened by what has been.
Unburdened by what has been.
Yeah.
Here, say that quick.
Yeah. She's been unburdened by voters.
Yes, she has. Yes, she has.
As always, we salute our military, active and active police, firefighters, first responders, all emergency personnel. Thanks, guys, on the show. Aaron Fran, great job as always. Thanks to everybody on Real America's Voice, 103.9 LI News Radio. We're back tomorrow night to wrap up the week right here in the studio. No America First Warehouse tomorrow night. A bunch of the guys are off tomorrow night. But we'll see you then. Have a great rest of your night, everybody, right here live from Studio 6B.